What the fuck is good, America? Jericho Green here with you again, and I hope your ear hole is sitting down because I got something to tell you. I apologize for the itching and burning and the heavy, viscous discharge, but I service a lot of ear holes every day, and I just don't have time for protection. So you might want to get your hands on some Valtrex. Now, speaking of diseases, Nancy Pelosi has dragged herself from the depths of Hades to rain down her elitist, leftist evil once again. Remember Pizza the Hut from Spaceballs? How the cheese and toppings kept melting and falling off his face? That's what Nancy Pelosi looks like. That bitch's face is melting. I'm still waiting for one of her eyeballs to fall out on the podium when she's giving one of these bullshit fucking speeches to her voting bloc. You see, we used to be their voting bloc. The white trash and the Negro. But they've moved on to bigger and better things. Now it's about the illegal alien. That is their voting bloc. That is why she is pulling down her, what I suppose are granny-sized panties, and spreading her heavily wrinkled ass and shitting all over us. She released a statement saying that the Democrats will reverse the Republicans' anti-immigrant policy, and they will pass DACA for real this time and give amnesty to the dreamers, illegals. But didn't Trump offer to give amnesty to 1.8 million of them anyway? But now it's their idea. But see, Trump's stipulation was he'll give amnesty with funding for the wall. Because see, we need to stop putting Band-Aids on this gash and get it stitched up once and for all and for good. That's what we need. The wall is going to stop this, or I shouldn't say stop. The wall is going to put a huge dent in our illegal alien problem because it's a permanent fixture. It's going to pretty much stop all the foot traffic that comes across the border illegally. We need to do something about this once and for all, and the wall is going to do that. Now, of course, this bitch, Nancy Pelosi's face looks like Sylvester Stallone's lip. All that shit, that's her whole face. It looks like the demons are trying to drag her back into Hades where she belongs. Like those videos where they take some civilian up in a fighter jet and the pilot starts doing all these barrel rolls and shit, and just before they pass out, you see the G-forces hit their face. That's Nancy. Now, she hit all the liberal talking points. They pay taxes. They're our friends and our neighbors. We need to end the uncertainty and fear. Bitch, we go to work and pay taxes too. We pay your salary. We're our friends. We're our neighbors. We have fear and uncertainty in our lives as well. Some of it caused by you piece of shit suits in D.C. Stop acting like these motherfuckers are special. Stop acting like these motherfuckers are better than us. They say that, oh, well, illegal aliens, they commit less crimes than native citizens, than American citizens. What's your point, bitch? They shouldn't be committing crimes at all. You're a guest in our fucking house. You're not supposed to be committing any crimes. And that is actually a fucking lie. They commit more crimes than we do. A third of our prison population is illegal. 72% of drug offenses and drug arrests are illegals. So don't tell me that bullshit. You lying Stallone-faced bitch. 63% of immigrants are on welfare. It jumps to 70% for those who have been here 10 years or more. What fear and uncertainty are you talking about? These motherfuckers have been here since they were children and still haven't become legal citizens. What fear? Is somebody going to come get them? And if so, when? This is like the fucking death penalty in California. They're supposed to die, but they've been on death row for 25 fucking years. So when? What uncertainty? Do they not know where they're going to get their next meal? Like some Americans? Oh, and also, they want to end she got a letter from the Hispanic caucus. What the fuck do we need a Hispanic caucus and a congressional black caucus for? What are they doing? Do we get a check signed at the bottom brought to you by the black caucus? Less taxes for the Hispanics brought to you by the Hispanic caucus. These fucking bureaucrats don't do shit for us. What the fuck do we need a black and Hispanic caucus for? I'll check the comment section. Not a goddamn thing. So they wrote her a letter saying that in the first 100 days, they want something done about DACA. They want to have an amnesty. And she's like, oh, well, we'll make sure we get that done because we don't want them living in fear. And they're telling in the letter they were saying, we don't want any poisonous pills attached to it. Basically saying, we want it all with no stipulations. We want to be able to come up in here and then, not only them, but their fucking families. Look, if you came here illegally, whatever happens to you happens. You broke the fucking law. You are not supposed to be here. So I could give a fuck what you want and what you think. I give a fuck about you and your fucking kids. I got kids of my own to worry about. Americans have American kids to worry about. Why the fuck we gotta worry about yours? And then we're some kind of asshole because we ask you motherfuckers to leave. No one's saying you can't come here. But you can't come here illegally. And of course you went back to that old fucking saying, oh, we have a long and rich history of being a nation of immigrants. No, bitch. We have a long history of people coming here from other countries and becoming Americans. I guess we're technically a nation of immigrants since a lot of people came from other countries, but it's not all immigrants. 100% of the American population was not fucking made up of immigrants. And when these said immigrants came, they went through ports of entry, you fuck. They went through Seattle. They went through Ellis Island. I worked with a guy whose grandmother was screened like she was about to work for the FBI. They checked you for disease. They checked you for your financial ability. Do you have a job? Are you coming? Are you bringing something to us? Are you going to be a drain on the system? Are you healthy? What's your brain like? Is there anything wrong with you? Let me see. Lift your lip. Let me check your teeth and your eyes and your ears. Walk toward me in a straight line. Give me your financial records. You act like everybody came over here with their suitcases and their babies like, hey, we made it to America. Wrong. That's the wrong fucking answer. There was criteria. There were standards that need to be met before you were allowed into our country. So stop with this bullshit that illegals are somehow better than us because they came from a more fucked up situation than us. The only people that have a right to be here are American citizens. Other than that, you're a guest and you need to follow the rules. If you want to come here, get in fucking line. Next time you go to a wedding or an office party or some shit or a function and there's a buffet, let somebody hop in the front of the line and see what happens. See what people say. See what people do. If you're not really young or really old, there's going to be a fucking problem. You can't do that. We want the best for our children too. We work hard too. When are you going to work hard for us, Pelosi? You rotten bitch. And I'm sure Pelosi didn't always look this fucked up. I'm sure in the summer of 26, she was pretty cute. But bitch, this ain't the summer of 26 anymore, and you look like shit. And you work like shit for the American people. We'll see what happens. Trump said if he has to, he'll shut the whole fucking border down. And I hope he does, because that seems to be the only thing that's going to fucking help. Nancy Pelosi, you rotten bitch, you. We don't want them to live in fear and uncertainty. What about us? What about our fear and uncertainty about our fucking tax breaks running out in less than 2 years? What about the fear and uncertainty of our government, some parts of our government, pushing your agenda where boys are girls and girls are boys? Where you can't say anything about this group because they can't take it. Shh, no. That's too mean. Don't say that. Yeah, you can say that about white people. Fuck them. But if you're a person of color, you can't say that. What about our fear and uncertainty about you pushing your fucking PC agenda? You don't give a fuck about us. And you know what, Nancy? We don't give a fuck about you. Now let me go ahead and hop in this rat race, y'all. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Follow your boy on the Twitters @green_Jericho. I'm Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.